Hello, fifth grade, and welcome to our classroom, also known as my office here at my house. And we will be here for as long as we need to be, and we're going to continue to learn together here in this space until we can meet together at school. And I can't wait until that day. We're going to continue. Oh, before I get going on the lesson, I wanted to say a few things. Just kind of as a reminder to you, Brielle reached out to me today and I felt like it was excellent, and I wanted to just let you know that I welcome you reaching out to me. What she asked me today was for a screenshot of some of the charts that we use in our classroom. And so if that would help you, please let me know and I'll send you screenshots so that you have those when you're doing your worksheet. Also, these are things I would really encourage you to make. These have been on the top of our board all year, and we're definitely going to be using DOPMPA as we continue to diagram sentences. So I would strongly suggest you make these, even on like an index card, and put it in your area where you're learning at home so that it's easy to refer to. I think that's it. I think that was the last of the reminder, but okay, so I want to talk to you about adjectives. Adjectives always describe nouns, and today we're going to talk about special adjectives. So please get out, make sure that you have page 233 in front of you today, as we're going to be kind of dissecting that yellow box together. So 233, go ahead and pull that out. Special adjectives today, we're going to discuss our articles, a, an, and the. And I know that you're familiar with these. We're going to go to the other board now. You're familiar with these. We're going to do a quick review as to when you use which article, and then we'll move on to some other special adjectives. But again, make sure that you're with me today on page 233. I'm at the top of your box right now about articles. Okay, so a, an, and the, these are actually pretty simple. You're going to use the article a anytime your noun begins with a consonant. So let's read sentence one. We had blank tornado yesterday. So because tornado, your noun, starts with a consonant, the article you're going to use there is a. Now, you can also use the article the here if you're speaking of one tornado or a specific tornado. The tornado yesterday. Like, let's say there was one tornado in Kimball. That would be the tornado everyone's talking about. If you had a choice between a and, you're going to use a here because your noun begins with a consonant. So now I'm going to change this noun and I'm going to give you a new noun. When you have a noun that you're describing with an article and your noun begins with a vowel, you're going to use the article an. We had an ice storm yesterday. An ice storm. Ice storm begins with a vowel, so you're going to use the article an. You could also say the. Let's say that you have been preparing for 2 days for an ice storm. The news has been telling you it's coming, and many of us would say, we had the ice storm yesterday, and now school is canceled. We have a snow day. So make sure when you're using articles, you're using the correct one. Okay, now let's look down at number 2. And now this is the second section in your yellow information box on page 233. And we're talking about special adjectives here that are called demonstrative adjectives. And that's a big word. And these words are not big, however. These are our demonstrative adjectives: that, this, those, and these. And it has to do with where they are in relation to you. It has to do with distance. Okay? So I'm going to talk to you about this. It's close to me. This book. Now, a book that's not so close to me would be that book. Okay? This book, it's relatively close to me. This book and that book. Now, we have these books, relatively close to me. And then we have those books. Show them the dog. Oh, and there's little Molly sleeping away in her bed. Okay. These books and those books.
Singular and plural.
Okay. So let's look at this. Let's look at that in this. This book and that book, there's one book. We're talking about singular words here. Singular
Nouns.
Thank you. Wow. Singular nouns. Now, when we're talking about these books and those books, we're talking about plural. I have to confess something to you, 5th grade. This is not the first time you've done this video. And my husband's like, can't you just say, whoops, and keep on going? And I promised him I would. I've got a lot on my mind today. Okay. These books and those books we're talking about more than one or plural. Okay? Okay, so let's look at sentence 2. The damage was severe in that city. First of all, is this singular or plural? That city. That is singular. That'd be one city. And is it close to us or further away in distance? This one would be further away in distance. That city. That city. Okay. That is demonstrative adjectives. Now let's look at special adjectives. Let's look at 3 and 4. Okay, now I want you to look at sentence 3, and I want you to tell me if you see anything that needs corrected. How can you tell me? But I want you to try to determine if anything needs to be corrected before we move on. In Japan, Yoshi watches weather patterns. Okay, so just right away you can tell that this J needs to be capitalized because this Japan is a proper noun. And we always use capital letters when we're talking about proper nouns. Now look at sentence 4. He is a Japanese weather forecaster. Okay, again, we need to change this J to a capital J. And what has happened here is this has become a proper adjective because we've changed Japan into an adjective which describes weather. Which describes... I knew... My husband just whispered forecaster to me. I knew that. I was just reading this to make sure. Japanese is describing forecaster. So this proper adjectives always start with a capital letter as well. I'm trying to think if I need to tell you anything more about that for this lesson. Okay. We'll talk about that when we get down here. Okay, so we're going to diagram this sentence. The German girl saw the black tornado. Now, we're going to pull this sentence apart and then we're going to do some diagramming with it. So I want you to ask yourself, where does the subject end and the predicate begin? Okay, this divides right here between girl and saw. What is our simple subject? Our simple subject is girl. What is our verb? Our verb is saw. Okay, now she actually saw something. So this is an action verb. So ask yourself now, by looking at the charts that you made, are we looking? Okay, no, this is a linking verb. Nope, this is a linking verb. A DO receives the action of the verb and answers the questions what or whom. What did she saw? She saw a tornado. So a tornado becomes RDO. Okay. Now, what part of speech is black? Black is an adjective, and it's describing tornado. What part of speech is the? The is a special adjective called an article that describes tornado, but we're going to label it as adjective. Okay. What is German? German is a proper adjective that's describing girl. We're going to label it as adjective. What part of speech is the? The is an adjective describing girl. Okay. Now, when we're diagramming, I'm going to come down here on my knees for a second. When we're diagramming, we're going to draw our line here. To split our subject and verb, our line always goes through the sentence, okay? Then our subject goes here. What's our subject? Our subject is girl. What's our verb? What did the girl do? The girl saw. When we're diagramming a direct object, we draw a line that does not go through, okay? And what is our DO? The girl saw what? The girl saw tornado. Okay, now we need to diagram our adjectives. When you diagram adjectives, kiddos, you're going to write them in the order that they appear in the sentence. So first, the first adjective is the with a capital T. The second adjective is the adjective German with a capital G. Okay, the German girl saw. We need to diagram these adjectives. So we're going to come off tornado because that's what they're describing. Again, the first adjective is the. The second adjective is black. Okay. We've diagrammed every part of the sentence, and the reason it's important that we put the adjectives under the word it's describing because this is like a puzzle. And we should be able to eventually look at a diagram like this and be able to write this sentence up here. Okay? Okay, kiddos. So, today, I want you to do pages 233 and 234. I'm going to be working on getting a Zoom call in place. I'm looking into the logistics of that so we can discuss some of these things. And I will start tomorrow by reviewing page 234 with you to hopefully clear up any questions that you might have. If you have a question today while you're doing your work, feel free to email or to text me, and I will check those until 5 today. And then again tomorrow morning. Okay, kiddos, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.